Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sicily series of Crusader Kingster here on the Lord Master channel. Yes, things look different now because I am not sitting in some palace down in Sicily, but rather I'm at an adventure camp. My adventure camp. So yes, this for the first time in this series, and as well as doing it on video here on the Lord Master channel, that I'm doing a Landless Adventure playthrough. I mean, not at the beginning of the series, but during. Because some would like to start at the beginning, but instead this is during a playthrough. So this is Master Isma'il, the Solarian Sons. That's what's randomly generated, which Solarian Sons. It would have worked if I had the ability to invite my brothers who are unlanded to come join with us. But that would take some persuasion and all that and more. So we'll get to that right now. Here we are, Sicily. Even though I don't know how long we'll be in this region of Sicily or southern Italy, which name you prefer. Because there will be a time. Oh, also, by the way, it's still together. It's not broken up. That's just within the passage. But anyways, how did this happen? Why is there a child ruler starting off his adventure? Well, my father, Emir Stephanos ibn Saldan, who was also the legend, in which he has spread tales of great heroism and gallantry to all who would listen. He achieved that with the heroic legend. But then, at 9:53, just a few months ago, my father ate some poisonous plants by mistake and he died. On his way back from taking a long hike at the Avedana with his beloved wife, who is now a widow, Zenobia. In which, after, which 5 days after she gave birth to one more son, named Hussein, which I would love to invite him over, but of course, his relative belongs in the court. Yeah, I know, some people do belong in the court, but I wish I could bring everyone over. But Zenobia, she's a widow now, and given her, advice that later that month we just became, more friendly, because initially, prior to friends, the opinion was like 60 or something. It's like, yeah, loves his child and all that. Then I made her my second and a caravan master, because she's the only one that's qualified for it, until we brought a few more people in. She has survived measles in the past, which she's immune to it. So yeah, the mother of the children of Stephanos, which they would never be landed, and some would stay in court as part of line succession, or who knows what may happen, unless Murshid has children of his own, which he's recently married to this Yakushin Amazigh woman, who's Abbasid, but not the Abbasids. So they found her from there, said to be residing there. That's strange. Which kind of gets me to thinking. Is that religion truly eliminated? Or where did they find a woman of pagan faith like that? Is there a minority there? Doubtful. Who knows? But one thing's for certain. I'm 4 years old. My birthday is on July 23rd. And I'm a mindless adventurer now, although severely limited because I'm a child. So let's explain a little more of mindless adventure. Openness to learn more. And this is for you people who may not be familiar with all this, especially to my audience who watches my videos or live in and not anybody else's Crusader Kings playthroughs for whatever reason. So, for those unfamiliar, let's talk about it. You are an adventurer. Travel the world, visit the courts of rulers to find work, and complete contracts for gainful rewards. You can improve your camp, recruit followers, and build up a vast roll of patrons. As an adventurer, you are not tied to any one piece of land, instead of having the freedom to travel the world. Your base of operations as an adventurer is your camp, which you can upgrade and expand your camp upgrades during the course of your adventuring career. During your travels, you can gather followers, which serve a similar purpose to the courtiers of landed rulers. When traveling as an adventurer, you will have an opportunity to utilize the Scout for Talent travel option. Additionally, you might acquire new followers by taking a visit holding decision. In your camp, you can view the followers through the button on the top left corner panel, which, again, that whole visit holding, can't do that. That's for adults only. Now, as an adventurer, your primary source of income will be contracts. You can see them represented as scrolls on the map. Contracts can be found all across the world and require you to complete a specific task for an employer. Your level of fame determines the contract tier of contracts you receive. Obtaining a distinguished level of fame or higher unlocks purchasing or conquering land should you wish to transition to a landed ruler. Higher levels unlock more powerful options. You can access new contracts by moving your camp, an action which will cost a amount of provisions based on the distance moved. You can highlight the views about your camp in the Realm tab, highlighted. From there you can change your camp purpose and open the camp overview. The purpose of your camp will determine the type of contracts you'll be able to find. Might unlock certain decisions and camp upgrades, as well as a variety of other benefits. Accept contracts, move your camp to different parts, explore different parts of the world, and grow your following. As an adventurer, you have the freedom to choose the future path of your dynasty. Will you stay on the road, try to gain a title in distant land, or meddle in the affairs of rulers across the world? Now look, I can choose the camp purpose, which means once selected, it's for free, but if you try to switch, it's going to cost you prestige. But to be more realistic, as I don't know what my purpose is. Swords for hire, which my half-sister, by the way, Mistress Antonia of the Karen of Allah, which I'll keep tabs on her. Let me get rid of the ones who aren't with us anymore. She became an adventurer after brother's succession. Did that a few days after. Because she felt that, I don't know. I mean, the old man is poor. And he does live in a camp of her. In Itil. I was wondering, when did he become the ruler? Just curious. 950. So, she was already married to an unlanded character for some time. So now that I'm 4 years old, as for the camp purpose, my current one is Wanderers. Equal chance to find contracts of any type. May change to any other camp without paying hefty prestige. Swords for hire, which is what my sister has. That increases the number of knights in men-at-arms regiment. Costs less to embark. Find more mercenary contracts and find more prowess and martial contracts. Scholars is monthly lifestyle experience, where he finds more learning and stewardship contracts, slightly more diplomatic contracts. Explorers, which travel faster, less dangerous to travel at sea and coastal sea. Finds more transport contracts. Finds more diplomacy and intrigue contracts, slightly more martial contracts. The other is freebooters. More knights, costs less to embark. Finds more criminal contracts of all kinds. Finds more prowess and intrigue contracts. Well, since I'm an all-rounder, and based on where mother comes from that kind of education, I think we should be more into exploring, because the sea dangers lessened, and go seek other places to find more fortune. That we shall. Let's be explorers. So yeah, now they call me leader, not master, leader. So we'll just see hopefully some transport contracts pop up, but there is a way to get more. Ah, here's another. If work has dried up in your local area or seek more exciting employment, moving your camp is the easiest way to find a slew of fresh contracts. You must travel a decent distance where your old campsite was to ensure you find new opportunities when you arrive. Here's an example of a destination at a fair distance away from your current camp location. You may plan to travel directly from the county view to select any selected barony in the county. Note, you may also start camp travel from the camp window, using the move domicile ability at the bottom. Here. Traveling with your camp works like normal travel, but you must bring all the camp upgrades and followers with you, and must spend provisions. Start your camp travel, which not going anywhere. Try that again. Like say I were to move. Oh, okay. So we'll move down here to Argopoli, for example. So start moving. So finish your camp travel. So we're just doing a bit of moving, and you notice that provisions would go down a bit. See? Now you arrived. Multiple new contracts available to you in the region. Remember, you must move your camp at any time to find new contracts, and the opportunities will rise as long as you travel far enough. At least 2 Dirjor duchies away from your old campsite is a good minimum rule of thumb. So let's just start off with fighting corruption, because I know there's been some issues over there prior to the end of the rule there. It has seen better days. Wali Akbar of Croton is the one I gave it a contract. Maori suffers from rampant bandits, usurious officials, and panicking peasants. Anyone willing to keep them all in line will be rewarded. So, the minimum success pays 28 gold to me. To opinion, 75 prestige. Adds me to the roll of patrons. And then 250 possessions. What is roll of patrons? Adventurers are without land, but not without connections. The roll of patrons is a list of every character they have successfully completed a contract for, as well as others that have some reason to support them. Family with higher opinion of them, friends, lovers, and so on. Patrons can be milked for extra support via make a request character interaction. That we did near the end of the previous episode, where we're just mooching off some money from my brothers and sisters. So, let's fight corruption. Wali Akbar of Croton, a Maori's marshal, visits my encampment for the day. As soon as we are left alone, he begins another. It is embarrassing to admit, but I need your help dealing with the disobedient peasants of Salerno. The House of Course. They flout their Emir's authority. I can't keep them in control. They beat and humiliate anyone I send, daring me to come in full force. Their conduct is a black mark, one that stains all the realm. Bold of you to come to me like this. You know, a 4-year-old boy. Maybe it's because he knows my mother, Zenobia, a powerful woman herself, and wise. So actually, let me move my camp back here because we did that as a demonstration. So let's move back to Salerno. And plus, while I arrive in Salerno, I'll pick up a bit of a learning lifestyle due to the local university there. It's only for 5 days. Let's move back. When I arrive at Salerno, I'm quick to round up the worst of the rabble-rousers and demand it explain themselves. The peasant of some reputation speaks over us. It is our place to be ruled over, but Emir Murshid does so unjustly. With chaos arrived on land, well, we could hardly hold on to what is ours. He still drives us to labor like him, like workhorses. We toil about any promise of safety of war, maladies, and the like. What are you talking about? My half-brother is nice. He's content, he's temperate, and he's trusting. What the hell are you talking about? I don't know about this, so I'll say silence your people or die, peasant. A 4-year-old genius boy says it. So 28% chance I help accept Akbar's presence. Gain 5. Dread. And Salerno will get martial guidance. 71% but you have to leave some men behind, which will have the military presence there, and Dalat, the heathen, will join Murshid's court. I will succeed in all this, and I will be rewarded with 56 gold, 250 provisions. So he's no longer my bodyguard, as he was my bodyguard temporarily. When a clamorous ordeal pending to each peasant leader my will is complete, we'll take once more to the road. Wali Akbar of Crotone speaks to our next destination. We shall go to Otranto. For better or worse, the local mobs are of grave concern. Tax collectors are met with barred doors and hurried stones. Ancient tariffs and duties are being ignored everywhere I turned. Got your contract. I know what I'm going to do with that. You know what? Let's make haste, simply for the sake of it. Ah, yes. Long ago, this area is the site of the Battle of Otranto. I may gape open terrain expert, may never know. And while we're at it, scout for talent. You know, the safest option is actually, why don't you go by sea? Let's take the long way round. All due to the Siculo-Arabic tradition of seafaring. And then once we're done, we're gonna go back to the sea. Yeah. Far less dangerous. It's convenient. And foolproof, thanks to, you know, the explorers. Which makes coastal city travel much safer. Yes. On my way. Not moving to camp though. Camp stays. Obviously, you're not going to scout for any town out at sea. Gulf of Taranto, and then Strait of Otranto. I sit by my pavilion, letting the sounds and smells of the camp wash over me. It's different from a life within the safe walls of a palace, so very different. The freedom is easy to enjoy. No obligations, no counselors yapping, no dignitaries to entertain, none of the downsides of the trappings of power. Yet these freedoms are dearly purchased. The constant scrapping for survival wears thin, increasing every night I yearn for a proper bed. I'll get traveler regardless, to be honest, the more I travel, so I'll say best to keep my options open. And also the best stock up for whatever lies ahead. 65% chance I'll gain flexible leader, while I'll gain 400% provisions. I gain the provisions, but not flexible leader, unfortunately. Would have loved to have it. Visit, like... when we arrive at, I've quick to round up the worst of our rousers. They demand experience themselves. The peasants, some reputation speaks for the rest. Thamias, excuse me. Our tithes are high, but we paid them. The duties we pay on our goods to leave us hardly scraps to spare. We bear these payments, and the Immersion demands yet more from us. While tax collectors grow richer and richer, it is they you should be confronting. Signs there people die, peasant. Those people I met, well, they've gone now. And they're resigning over there to deal with the matter. Something tells me that I didn't get paid because I didn't take the option just to end that contract. Instead, we just let it continue. I think that's a bit of a bug. But there's more things to do out there. Because I could see another, and then there's that. My brother Sultan became the new house head. What happened? He got, again, he was a bleeder, and he got ill, and he became one-legged. What the hell happened? He died from being ill. And, a month ago, Archontis, Kiroskone of Skarakion did not raise a figure to his sister, not to assist him during his entourage, was outside her holding. So, he visited her holding, so he was ill, then he got assaulted. So he lost his leg, and him being a bleeder and ill, and he died from the illness. How long did he last? He didn't even last a year. And now, Sultan II, and he's got pneumonia. But he should be good enough to keep him alive and survive it. This is quite a twist here. And he did give away some land. Danielle actually holds that bit of a barony there. And already he's an eager reveler. Yeah, one would think payment didn't come in time then. Ah well. This is a scheme. This is escort emissary. It's so nice to know that I have all these artifact claims, but I don't really need them right now. So, contractor. So, a noble envoy of the Archontis needs protection from bandits and accidents and welcomes the aid of experienced travelers. Valiant soldiers of fortune. A noble envoy artisan gives protection from bands and accidents and welcomes the aid of experienced travelers. So we'll be traveling to where? If rewarded, we'll be paid handsomely. The delegation of Arcatis Carascone of Scalacon saunders to the flaps of my great tent. Greetings, adventurer, speaks an envoy. Many of the roads of this world and treacherous. If you'll work for Scalacon, my liege would pay well for your expertise. I, Evtimil, Evtimi, he's Bulgarian. I am a most loyal servant of the Arcantisa. It is her words I must carry to Benevento, to the halls of Principe Piemo. Guide me, protect me, and trust my missive it does not fall prey to prying eyes. Benevento's next door, and it's not going to be that far. We'll be traveling through dangerous hills, which will require even then, it ain't enough, but I ought to be careful. I mean, there's no better way around it. Actually, there is. There's a safer place to travel. Because apparently traveling through these here mountains are safer than it is over there. Be careful though. And at the same time, we're still scouting for talent. And me and my sickly mother, let us go. So yes, my brother died of illness. And Nikephoros, he too has decided taking up adventure right here in Salerno. Because after all, he's disinherited, and he's probably got vengeance in his mind. He's never forgive those who disinherit him. Well, we kind of know who he was disinherited by. Yeah, I don't think it says. Heron's at the Vestige. He's a wanderer for now. So, I could make a request to him, although he wouldn't give me any. Because he's poor. He starts off poor. I'm considerably poor too, but we're here. It's the Arch of Trajan. A figure stumbles into the camp, dirty and tired, clearly in need of a square meal. His name is Farouk, he says. They are more like me, he judges off the distance. All of us left to rot if every petty conflict ends. Our sword arms work as well as ever, but our lot is to wander and starve. We're the only ones left who won't rob and vulnerable and food and valuables. His eyes glint with determination. Despite his haggard bearing, I'd rather die. Farouk the poet, they calls him. He's a different kind of Shia. Which he's diligent, he's just, he's fickle, and he's an administrator. Alright, we could use another blade. I am brought before Principe Pemel himself. You have come at my acquaintance Archontis as behest, no? On what business? If to me, says Lord. Where be Principe Pemel? I speak for the Archon. The Archontis are Kiroscone. Kiroscone of Scarcam. But the message I bear is fit for your ears alone. Come, answered the Principes darkly. We shall speak in my chambers. Later, Isma'il, you service noted, you may remain as a guest in my castle. Huh. As a 4-year-old boy? Thank you. And I get paid. Alright. Here's the camp screen that we've not looked at before. So, this is the pavilion here, is what we have. This domicile, heart of the camp. A cluster of tightly packed tents around its leader's residence. This unlocks second officer and health boost, which is medium, and these 2 building slots here, which I could afford one right now. You can have either a supply tent, barber's tent, baggage train, mess tent, roaring campfire, proving grounds, camp perimeter. Receive more transport contracts. Well, based on who we are now as our explorers, it would make sense to build a baggage train first. Organizing the camp's motley collection of followers, wagons, and pack animals is inevitable for any large operation. So we'll find more officers using Scout for talent. Unlocks the head porter officer. Receives more transport contracts. Slight increase of provisions capacity. Increased supply capacity. And slightly faster travel. And max size increase for skirmisher regiments if you have one. We could build 2 of these. Once it's done, 6 months, I'm going to spend another again. Travel through the mountains safely. You don't respect me because, obviously, you're of a different faith. But since you are here, let's go for this. First on a true virtue. One of all his Maximus, fairest Courtiers, not returned for the excursion to the woods of Cassano. Now, while this court is eager, he offers a reward. So, if successful, there's no money reward, but there is prestige and piety for this. And provisions is always a good reward. We can handle that. Regarding danger, no need to spend money on that. Let's move. Fight corruption again. 1 second. A tired Walimax approaches the camp and his men. The horses stop right before my tent as I get up and greet them. That damn woman! I hear the Wali mumble. I bid you good morning, Isma'il, says, wiping the sweat off his forehead. It seems that a most beautiful woman has been lost in the woods, and my courtiers will not stop lamenting until I bring her back. A fair man to the rescue. Well, he's doing poor, so... I want to have a higher success chance because we don't have that much characters to begin with. Okay, we can appoint my mother as the outcast. An outcast could be a great insider. After all, who questions why a wretch languishes in the shadows, or how a beggar chooses which window to wait under? So, this requires intrigue and diplomacy. Benefits of traits like shine, humble. So, shall have it. And the only thing you must be good at, Farouk, is being a thug. Costume in the skull, and get the barrel ready. So definitely be fast, and it doesn't have to be loud. Because he's got a bit of a prowess and the intrigue. This is going to take a while. What are you doing? I ask Mother Zenobia. I found it hard to fall asleep tonight. Perhaps because the traveling disturbed my body's normal routine. So I stepped under the campfire. Zenobia was awake as well, despite not having night watch duty at that moment. So I sat down next to her. With a contemplative look on her face, Zenobia points at the night sky and says, "The stars. Sometimes I like to just stare at them. Magnificent, aren't they? I thank Allah I can witness such wonders every day. I'm sure you recognize some of the constellations." Is that the constellation, the Bow of Allah? The Bow of Allah? I never heard of that. At least it increases a bit of travel safety, but it'll do. This is going to wait for a long time to get more advantages before we can get on with this. And hopefully we can have more characters to join in to be the muscle. Since there's only 3 of us. In the meantime, how's my adventuring siblings doing? He's in Salerno. And slain battle. Huh, me and a small-sized horse. As I'm 5 years old and I already learned how to ride a horse. Scouting ahead of the camp, I come across a ramshackle collection of traders. They're gathered around some large but old and ruined buildings. The remaining ones in good condition, having been occupied by the merchants. The wares were fairly standard, food mostly, on a well-traveled road that would no doubt attract many purchasers. Yet my eye is drawn inexorably towards a gray, pock-marked walls of the ruins. So magnificent they are. The merchants occupy merely the outskirts, but its dilapidated heart remains untouched. I could get provisions by rewards, just do work. So I was like, well, let's try my luck in those ruins. 25% chance that my search goes very well, I discover a dusty weapon. 44% chance I discover a small trinket. 29% chance search is pointless and you discover nothing. My search goes well. Small trinket. A sanctified stained glass shard. It appears stained with a curious sanguine color. Yipe. That's interesting. Interesting piece of thing I found. Negotiate alliance. Boss! A mutual alliance with a fellow adventurer? Sure. Also, what is your... Oh, I see. Because you are of one of intrigue and you have vengeance on your mind against those who did you wrong. Like Cousin Musa, a Catholic, who lives in... who lives in France. West Francia, to be exact. You decided to turn to a life of crime. Whereas I'm more into exploring. And meanwhile, Antonia, which she's living a life as a mercenary, she's been wounded. Probably from combat. Nope. Hold on. So, consider yourself warned. You and your ilk have outstayed your welcome in Salerno. If you do not take your camp elsewhere, I shall be forced to consider you a fugitive and make you leave. This is serious. As I have no army, he could freely imprison me. So, if your camp is here in 3 months, well, we must leave. What is your issue? Oh, you couldn't get over it because I used you for favors. Very well. I might as well go to the realm next door. It's fairly easy, you know. And make it fast. Taking a shortcut. Clearly, you're not thinking straight. Did he ask you to leave too? Probably not. But he'll probably leave soon, since he's going to be turning to a life of crime fairly soon. Take me to Amalfi. We'll be out of his jurisdiction. So we should be alright, but I could still get contracts from here. Baggage train is to be built soon. Let's wait for that. The culture in Amalfi is unfamiliar to me, and some of their customs are equally alien. This is proven true when Zenobia, acting as our cook for the evening, begs me over the stewing pot. It's a local recipe, she begins, supposedly authentically Sicilian. I was assured by a passing merchant. I look at the substance of suspicion. Is that stewed rabbit with carrots? Well, I'll give it a try. 47% chance that it's delicious. You gain provisions. Well, you have new tastes for the next 10 years. And Zenobia will be pleased, while I have a bit of higher opinion towards the Siciliani. 57% chance it's abhorrent. But nope, it's delicious. I like that. Let's see. Let's have a camp perimeter. So I've been kicked out of the realm that was my home. And as well as Zenobia's, as she was a local from Salerno. You know, I have a claim to that. You may never know one day. I'll get back at you. But we're not rivals. I've been exiled. So I can't have any contact with them anymore. So I must find newer patrons. Perhaps the lands of Sicily. Insular Sicily under the Fatimids. Oh, maybe Tripolitania will do. Because, you know, distant relatives. I would have not imagined you to suffer such disgrace. The horse stops right by our camp. I recognize its rider. It's my dear brother, Wally Mikhail. What has gotten to you? Playing for his son. Intended to be living a crib tale. He dismounted, spitting on the ground. Why do you gotta come to your senses? Get yourself some land before you continue to dishonor the good name of my family. Maybe it is time to slow down. Now purchasing land will become 50% cheaper. I'll keep that well in mind. Thank you for giving advice. Now, purchasing land. What that mean, like? Because it costs 400,000. And plus, you need the money to immerse yourself back into Sicilian society. Because I'm not quite the Sicilian signore yet. But I'm not going to turn to crime yet. But since, you know, we have plenty of food, well, one second. Since we have our other guy over here, is there anything that you're good at? Other than at least be a bodyguard of mine? So don't go anywhere. Wait until the camp perimeter is finished. The audacity of that, my brother. Saldan, where's he going? Hodge? Yeah. I hope he dies. So Daniel can take over. He's more just, although greedy, but... How's that? I just hope he dies. Hope he drowns. Or whatever that would claim his life in. I just saw that pop up. The Emperor now rules from Crete. What the heck? At least you could read that. Good to know. I just saw that. Hang on. Longobardos spoils. We must depart right now. Where? where the disease doesn't spread. It's more vulnerable to coast. It started in Sano and it's spreading all over the place. It's a minor outbreak, and that's measles. Mother survived measles, but I won't if I'm going to be around for long. Yeah, let's get out of here. Head to Palermo, even though it's in a war zone. At least it's home to a Shari, with a bit more amenable to us, but not necessarily, you know, the Emir of Sicily, or they're more Shia. They'll likely get rid of me. So I'll move the camp to Palermo. Travel by sea, so we could get out of there faster. Perhaps we could find more work down there in the midst of the chaos. Get out of there! Because we never know, it'll spread into Amalfi. Leader Isma'il. My leader. I met the most enchanting woman here in Amalfi, just as we were departing by boat. My bodyguard forward stumbles as he addressed me. Our family will not let us marry without paying a sizable dowry, sadly. Please help me. A dwarf. Let's see if she's willing to run away with you. So, 53% chance that she'll join the camp and he marries her. 46% chance he's not impressed, then he's going to be disappointed in me. Not impressed. Sorry. I mean, don't want to be, you know, in debt. The chance of spreading into Palermo is only 13%, so we can't guarantee if it comes here. Any opportunity for work down here? Probably not. Okay, that's just a mini vessel, so. Well, in this case, let's move over here. Visit the Valley of Temples there. And also we have forward scouts now, which is due to having a camp perimeter. We'll send scouts ahead so they can report back on which routes is the least dangerous. We'll travel slower, but safety speed increases by a lot. So I'm just going to be traveling across the Sicilian island. Sibutigin Ghaznavid. The region between Persia and India is a troubled one. Ever since the Sassanid Empire fell, the Iranian plateau has been a state of chaos, with the local rulers struggling over the hegemony of the trade-rich region. Once a slave, Sibutigin has now taken up arms and is rallying his followers. Locals tell of a rapidly expanding empire, and fear he will topple all other rulers in the region. A troubled region. Alright, we're here. You didn't spread the Salerno yet? Now what of my brother? Married to a Greek woman. Yeah, I was exiled and then further exiled. Moved into another realm. Where is this? Ah, it's down here. Okay, tell you what. Despite the chaos over there, let's actually move over there. Pick up that traveler trait and you get some wandering lifestyle experience. So we're just moving around. No, wait, stop! This way, because that area is diseased with measles. no better way to go around it. Except maybe this way. This is safer, yes. Good. Get away from Putera. Ongoing battle. Those are all the Sicily and Emir. You are dangerously close to the measles. It's not safe here either. Fight corruption. Well, of course, brother-in-law. Let's move to Tripolitania, the North Africa desert. It costs less to use provisions when traveling by sea than it is towards land. So I guess we have to make our living into the North Africa desert, which none of us Siculo-Arabics are familiar with, because unlike our Arabian and Berber ancestors, we are not familiar with the desert. So it does feel like an exile, an odyssey. A child was dragged away, torn apart, and presumably eaten by some mysterious nighttime monster. Oh! And her husband died of old age. Childless now, but now she's still in her prime and she'll forge her own destiny. But she'll accept whatever country until she moves elsewhere. Well, meanwhile, Nicephorus, have you been exiled too? Or did you just move there on your own right? You became rivals of him last year. Yeah, we knew that, honestly. So he's not there under contract, but I kind of had a feeling that you're following me. Of course, I can't tell you to do everything. But good to know. Boss, as he's a freebooter. He's steering towards antagonistic as Saldan. Tripoli. Now we're in unfamiliar territory. I can never return home. Unless Saldan is dead. If he has any rivals, which he doesn't. But if only something bad were to happen to him, then perhaps under Danielle I can return. Well, let's start making a living again. Because I doubt we'll make much of a living out here, but it's better than nothing. And I need provisions. Tripolitania suffers a rampant peasants, usurious fishers, and panicky peasants. Anyone willing to keep all of them in line will be rewarded. Yeah. Let me deal with him. Right here. So, our place is to be ruled over, but Elja Mahmoud, thus. So if it just for chaos driving the line, we could hardly hold on to what is ours. He still drives his labor like a workhorses. Body found sleep in war, now he's in life. Silence your people or die, peasant. to Nafusa. But be careful, you're traveling across the North African desert. Unfamiliar territory, and also less controlled. It's outlaw territory. Right. Taxes are high, but we paid them. The duties, we found our goods leave us hardly scraps to spare. We bear these payments, and this mud demands yet more from us while tax collectors go richer and richer. It is they you should be confronted. Quiet! And Farouk decides to leave us. I'm done with your problems. Don't do that again. Remember that. I don't know why I make it do more. Just get the payment and the food. And once again, it's just me and Mother now. Alright, can I get something from you? Although you probably won't accept it, but with a hook, yes you can. Money is good, but I need more provisions. Thank you very much. Which again, I'm not going to be here for too long. Unless you feel like you want me out of here, then I'd be willing to. Dear, oh dear. Okay. What can we do? Now that you have the money? Let's see. If only we could afford it. Save your money on provision trackers. Because less provisions use on any of those, especially drylands when we're going to be traveling all along the coast, would be most wise. But meanwhile, in the camp perimeter, yeah, faster travel speed. Oh, these are all simple. So if I were you, save it on the, save it on, can go fishing again, because I've been a bit stressed lately. Don't spend it on a boat. I inhaled deeply, and I exhaled to cast my line up to the water. The hook lands with a quiet plump, and the world goes silent. My vision wanders along the shoreline, having a moment alone to process my thoughts. Life is an adventure. It's not all that bad, but no life is without stress. I closed my eyes for a moment to rest when I suddenly jerked awake by something pulling the fishing pole out of my hands. Grab firm and pull. You catch the seahorse. 75 provisions. How many times you could do that? Once a year? Every 2 years. Right. Tripletanias in revolt. Tyranny. Well, I did my best to try to, do that, but don't let me keep you though. You would have a notification if your brothers died or something. So I think it would be best for me to get out of there and go elsewhere. Like, oh, I don't know, Sardinia perhaps? I mean, at least it should be more nice. There's a lot of things going on up there. So that'd be ideal. Go to Sardinia. You shouldn't face any danger out there, let's say. Provisions won't cost much. Once again, traveling by the sea. I'm actually gonna switch the education focus to intrigue. Because, honestly, the diplomacy thing and learning thing, I don't think that would be his voice fate. It should be one towards intrigue. That's for survival reasons, out of practicality. Again, it's just me and my mother. Already used it up for you, but exiled. Well, I can come back to Jebba whenever I want to get a patron out of him. I just want to see if there's any opportunities here in Sardinia. If not, I'll move back. And there is. Alright. Artifact delivery. Honest travelers means a valuable heirloom is about to change hands. The Courtiers in need of someone to share the time to reach his destination safely. That's a good reward of gold. It's definitely needed. Delegation of Conte Ponzu of Sarobus saunders through the flaps of my greeting. Greetings, adventurer, speaks envoy. Many are roads of this world and treacherous. If you work with Sarobus, my liege would pay well for your expertise. His precious, the Pilgrim's Guide shall be entrusted to you. Bring it to Tadat of Tubna, where Arab-Berber sits. For the Pilgrim's Guide is promised a princely gift. And be warned, were this hollow treasure not to find its way, the consequences will be dire. Okay, it's inland. Alright. So we gotta figure out which route to take. I shall mine this artifact well. Don't want to move my camp there. Actually, it's expected to be a safe travel. For the most part. And while I'm at Sardinia, go move over there and explore that piece of the. Using that to the advantage of high diplomacy means higher travel safety. It's all drylands. Oof. I find myself making such noise with sitting down at the campfire in the evening now. The elders always talk about how that happens when you get older. But I'm only 6! No. This is such a weird term of a life lived rough. I can see the toll it takes on others too. Zenobia winces a bit. She slumps down next to me. You know, I'm gonna get rewarded well, but, you know, my poor back demands more luxurious furnishings. You upgrade your pavilion for a discount. You spend 100, and you add a level 2 pavilion. Yeah. Good idea. We're jumping ahead on this. So it's level 2 now. Because level 1, you simply add these two. Now with level 2, max arms, yeah. And now we get another empty slot here. Excellent. I think we should use that to our advantage. I am brought before Edgeled Burkhan himself. You have come at my acquaintance of Conte Ponzu's behest, no? For what business? I bring forth the Pilgrim's Guide to the All-Uncle. A fine gift, crawls the Edgeled. You have done well, adventurer. You may remain. Enjoy the pleasures of Dubna. I shall head back to my camp. Okay. We're really moving ahead on this. have a roaring campfire. Once again, you can find more officers to scout town. Unlocks the fireside chanted tent for the camp revelry event, which is basically like a feast but smaller scale. He doesn't have the money, but he'll definitely give me provisions. And a men-at-arms regiment, which is randomized, but yeah. I am a person who's willing to work for food, you know. Also, I'd like to explore a little, too, up there in the mountains. There's this place up there. So Saranax. In Sardinia's wilderness, numerous rugged stone ruins can be found. So Naraxi is perhaps the most impressive of these. The original builders, whoever they were, may have passed away long ago, but the structures they built are still used occasionally, whether as shelter or a free source of building materials. Let's pick that up to have trait experience in wandering as a traveler, and some learning experience. Corruption. Of course, the usual tasks, but that's over in Benevento. Emasp, malnourished. What was he doing? Traveling. Till next year. I think he'll be around. Because I thought about visiting the realm of the Universum Regnum, because, well, big diplomacy gain. And visit the amphitheater before we get on out of there. More opportunities to, you know, more opportunities to find work up there at his capital in Provence. He's got extra building materials. So yes, let's visit the realm of Imperator Augustus Gargamel so you can find work here. My sister's been taken. The campfire crackles, illuminating a figure entering our circle. He moves with vigor despite the lateness of the hour, hand wrapped around a walking stick. Those standing guard are already intercepting, but I wait. Do you have a place for a man of God? He smiles at me, hopefully dirty clothes and slipperies. A wandering imam. No, he's not imam. He's of a shy faith, but that I can tell. A few of my followers shovel their feet on concrete to make the same realization. He's Sardinian Orthodox, and also a dwarf. And zealous, which doesn't help it either, but he has intimidated me. Skills, he could be very useful, as he's 60 and good health. We could do a man with such worldliness, and he agrees to stay for a while. The dwarf monk of Sardinia, the heathen they calls him. We're not going to explore all over Europe. This is I'm staying close to the sea because I feel more connected to it. And safer that way. Alright, visit the capital of Universum Regnum. Anything here? There's one. Escort emissary. So, a noble envoy of Bispes need protection from bandits and accidents, and welcomes the aid of experienced travelers. Alright, what do we got? So, if you work for Vivez, I'm Robert, most lords servant at the base bay. It's his words I must carry to Luxembourg, halls to Ron and Beatrice. Guide me, protect me, and trust, missive does not fall to prying eyes. You'll travel safely and swiftly, but that is a... Okay, it's not a long way away. My goodness. I'm in for an adventure. So many landmarks to visit while I'm up there. Like, once we're done here, after we travel to Luxembourg, we should visit up there and through Metz. And on our way back down, visit there. I mean, we also go through the capital of Burgundy. And then Arab-Berber Theater, and then get out of here. Hopefully we can find some talent, because we're in for a long travel. 7 months. And it's winter, so be careful. While resting during our travels, while we were resting, when Zenobia went to search for some water, she seems really thirsty. She didn't have enough water and saved up her water skin. Unfortunately, we realized too late the water Zenobia drew looked like standing water. Many are aware that standing water, such as those found in marshes and wetlands, are often dangerous for drinking. Perhaps she was too eager or thirsty, she wasn't thinking straight. Anyway, she's already feeling a little sick. I know some herbs that can help. After all, I'm a genius. I know a lot of things. You're entering to a war zone here, so careful. Got your diplomacy lifestyle up. That'll be good. We got a roaring campfire now. Yesterday, our travels in Belay were rather grueling, and I was so exhausted I overslept. The rest of my entourage didn't want to wake me up, saying they worried I would not be in the right state of mind if they didn't give me enough time to rest. I'd be careful not to oversleep again. Okay, slightly dangerous territory ahead. I had never seen snow in my life. While traveling on the road to Courtiers, we've discovered to our horror that a number of food supplies have gone bad. It appears earlier in our trip the food got mixed with a lot of water by accident, and now it's rather moldy. There are enemy settlements nearby, so we need to forage and hunt for some food to hold us over. Though this will waste time, on the other hand, we could tough it out, ration out what food we still have, and hurry to the nearest settlements. Let's take our time to forage and hunt. I'd be willing to tolerate a few delays. Winter severity is normal here. The inn we stayed last night was surprisingly a wonderful place. I don't know what inn or its staff did right, but something about the inn allowed most of us to sleep through the night so peacefully. This morning there are smiles on the faces of many monitors we prepare to leave. Oh, my mother will like it, as she is lazy. So, what a wonderful place this was. Let's keep moving. We've come across the ancient ruins of Altilia, which weren't the most spectacular out there, I'm sure. They weren't that large, so we couldn't camp there. Even so, they were quite something to see. My entourage and I have been rather bored from the day's travel on the jury road, so these ruins gave us something to talk about. Among the other ruins, we eagerly speculated on why the ancients built the ruins, or which ancients inhabited. For that matter, what it must have looked like in its heyday. There was plenty of discussion to go around. Luxembourg's up there. It's currently occupied. They're trying to liberate it. Brought before Rona Beatrice herself. Yes. Wherever you want to be, Beatrice, I speak for Barnaga of Vives. But the message I bear is fit for your ears alone. Come, no, we shall speak in my chambers later, Isma'il. You service note, you may guess my castle. Yeah. Give me the money. Now I'll do a little bit of a scenic route. Because we have a roaring campfire now. Actually, there is one thing I want. For the baggage train. Proficient trackers. Use less provisions when traveling in plains, jungles, forests, and drylands. And unlocks the huntsman officer. And relevant contract success chance goes up. And gains 50 provisions when hunting with the gathered provisions. That is what we need. Because I am not going anywhere anymore without more rewards for provisions. I'm willing to work for food. So I can't travel anymore, so I guess I'm going to be here to stay in the realm of the Universal Regnum for long. But happy to get some stewardship lifestyle experience. Don't know if it'll be enough when I'll get its first perks when I become an adult. I do have a wandering perk, but I can't unlock it right now because I'm not an adult. Hunt criminals. Uncover a secret. Again, I'm willing to do anything at this point. If I want to hunt a criminal down and use my prowess is average. Most of which is thanks to my mother. I can't select the perk screen, but we do have a stewardship lifestyle perk now. But can't unlock it till I become an adult. Still alive, Gargamel? Oh, and he's an adulterer. And scarred. And he really loves executing people. Because he's arbitrary, I assume. So he is not a just and fair ruler. But yet he's still intimidated me. As he has every right to be. There's more contracts from other places. Up there. Eyes in the shadows. So go up there to find some secrets. And over in Venice, fight corruption. Of course. Bunch of criminal contracts down in Sardinia where we were. We can return to Tripolitania, where there's some easy earnings down there. I mean, I would love to go back down there, but we need provisions. At least we can hold more, but we don't have more to store. Is there anything you're good at? Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, you could be the physician. You're a monk. You know things. By the way, doing that will cost you money. So you have to keep it at regular duties at all times. Unless you have a steady stream of income from somewhere. But again, I can't visit a holding because I'm a child. We can at least... Hey, this here's farmland, so let's give it another try. We got some food. Alright. Let's uncover a secret. Wily eyes and ears are needed in Montalban for work discovering personal secrets. Takers must be discreet. Small payment, but more food for me. For us. Combs' suspicion lies upon his colleagues and spymaster, Claramonda. She's clearly deep itself herself. I chance some more steps closer, hiding behind a jutting wall. I can almost hear her whispered words, whether they're a confession to God or just wild muttering. I can quite make out. Perhaps if I were to just pretend I knew. You know, combined my diplomacy and intrigue, thanks to being a genius. 87% chance that her buys might lie. A contract success. If it does believe me at all. So I'll just say, you know, I mean, I'm a 7-year-old boy. They don't mind, you know, boys roaming around or snooping around. So, you fool! You worthless knave! Holmes is not much impressed by my efforts to uncover the secret. I must simply know that secret. Everyone I send is either incompetent or some petty liar. I thought you might break that streak. Just as the door. Get out! Hopefully I'll perhaps never cross again, later Isma'il. That didn't work. It was a good chance, though. Should I risk my life trying to hunt down a criminal? Actually, there's another. I'll never ruler. Diplomacy scheme. It pays well. Let it be known that Minister Combs of Albon extends his generous hospitality to the world of deserving travelers. Yeah, we'll be there. Because again, I don't want to risk my life fighting a criminal in a duel. I mean, I'm getting there, the prowess, but needs more training. And I think I'm too young to take up sparring the Blade Master. Actually, you can at any age. Just need the money first. This spot been in Bulgaria. Got it. During our travels to Livron, while we were resting at a local tavern enjoying local Otstanian fare, cheerful folk music sung in the Provençal tongue. The merry atmosphere was interrupted by a tall and beefy and very intoxicated man with one of the smuggest smiles I'd ever seen. He made all sorts of ridiculous statements like all the enemies he killed or the women he slept with. After he started harassing the other guests, the tavern staff kicked him out. He wasn't so strong after all. My entourage chuckled to themselves, with some saying he was amusing to watch, while others said the tavern should have kicked him out earlier. I enjoy laughing at idiots like that. Tiny, tiny bit of prestige gain, as I laugh at fools. Combs Sigmund is a lonely man in position of power, making it perversely hard for him to meet people who don't want anything from him. My company is supposed to be different. A chance to make an actual connection. It's not, of course. Just want as much as more as any other hanger-on. But it's a nice fantasy to believe for a while. My followers and I will be gone before he suspects anything. Remember, we're here to earn. Because I don't have much characters and I want to succeed. I want a higher success chance. Who's good at diplomacy? Zenobia does. But you? What are you talented at? None. Okay. It's time to situation call for delicate touch. There's nothing subtler than words whispered in private. Of course, diplomacy of intrigue. She does have a raffle trait though, but it'll do. Look, I'm sorry, Mother, but you need to be put to work, okay? You need help. And as for you, we're going to make you the bodyguard. A good sword and arms is much more effective if there's already an arm holding it. Requires prowess and martial, and you have both, though you're temperate. Plus you're an old dwarf from Sardinia. So, this is going to take a long time, and hopefully we'll find some more people to come. You know, I don't have a guardian yet. I mean, normally I would want Mother, but there's a fear that I may pick up one of the negative traits, like lazy. Now, what of, the monk? Zealous, content, temperate. Oh yeah, don't forget, he's a mystic as well. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I could figure it out on my own, though I may get a lowered education for this. Impressive obstacles feels like a full season's work sometimes. Despite being hardly the world's greatest noble, he has a very curious notion about the standards of other people should be held to. In situations like these, the safest thing is to likely fall back on what I'm best at. Pick something I do well and let my skills shine. Though somewhat for off the erratic Sigmund, I could also try to try with something that I thought would be less my belly button. My skills of diplomacy will surely impress. Testing my better skill will give less rewards. So it'll be impressive. Not those kind of less rewards. Keep it up. Proficient trackers we now have. So whenever we get to travel again, depending on where you are, you'll use less provisions. Especially out in the drylands, which I want to return to North Africa. To the land of our ancestors. I'm only up here because I thought I may find work up here in an empire. Inside the Inversum Regnum. The food that comes Sigmund Albans' residences in Alban is excellent. Of course, a far cry from the usual rough and ready fare that I'm used to. I'm very glad you could answer my summons, says Judge Magix. I'd like to see if there's anything we could do to help another. After all, there are certain times that a man of my stature can't quite get us down into the muck as certain jobs require. At least you're looking at me more highly, as he's impressed. Some more of this food would do plenty. Again, we'll work for food. Because food's important at this point, more than money. Money will come later. Tadros has challenged him as a house head. Emir Soldan still remains. While we wait, half-sister's up there. She's joined a war on the side of Beg Taba. Mustering grounds. Excellent. Means increased men-at-arms regiment sizes for people of our culture. While boss, he's in Palermo still. Look, tier 2 means bigger rewards. We must return one day. There's no guarantee that Sigmund will ultimately give me gifts I crave, no matter how well I simper at his feet. It's clear that I must act, applying all the pressure I can to acquire a loan in advance. Then, if he graces me further, I'm laughing. If not, my efforts are recompensed. By Allah, I will have my money. I'll wheedle out a donation. 95% chance he pays 67 gold to me. 4% chance my advances are rebuffed. Give me the money. Show me the money. We have that building upgrade. What are the upgrades to the roaring campfire? I didn't check that previously. You know what? Local hang-ons. Receive occasional events to recruit useful locals. We haven't scouted any town yet. When you have that option when you're traveling, you often get various characters, some good, some bad. But with this here, we can get just locals. And contract scheme length will be fast, 10 days faster. It says I'm going for the intrigue, lifestyle, education, more monthly of that. The more I stay in his place, the more I feel like I'm going to keep looching off of that man. Looching. Use your words. I haven't picked up a personality trait. I think I'll figure it out for myself. Unless I find a good guardian. Because my mother, as a genius as she is, I fear she might not be it. And also, I want to save my money to, okay, the option of fight criminals went away. But I want to practice sparring with the Blade Master. 2 years training. So I wish to improve it. I want to learn how to fight and defend myself. Ooh. Maghrebi fire. It's a holy fire. Major outbreak. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not there right now. Like, if I stayed there, I would have been either exiled or... It's like, crap, we're leaving again because there's another disease out there. No chance of affecting Salerno, though. There's always those at court with more sway than others. And Sigmund's halls are no different. Some people stride to the corridors, some scuttle to get out of the way. If I wanted to make an impression, it couldn't hurt to get one of the local social elite on my side, but who to choose? This would not be wise. Don't do anything or don't say anything. Lifetime in one place could get really dreary with enough motivation to motivate any amount of spilled gossip. So, if we scout for talent or receive occasional events on its own, we'll find useful locals. Farad is clearly one of those sexes nearest to dearest. Regular high social pecking order with plenty of influence over the good comes. Having a man singing my praises for whatever reason could only surely help my cause. Can't resist my charms. I'll be... I mean, this man here... He's, I'll just say, he can't resist my charms. I'll be suaved and collected. So, gains insider charm. A little fascination goes along with max success chance plus 30%. For 8%, I become sweaty, disjointed. Suave and collected. Oh yeah! We're definitely going to succeed. Meanwhile, you want your ragdoll? Huh? Do you? Then go get it! Little wig, daughter of Magnus. She's from nearby. So she starts throwing the little girl's ragdoll to the dark, gloomy cave. Little girl starts crying uncontrollably. Now it'll keep the spiders and snakes company. It's lost forever. It's like, how can Hilwig be mean to that poor girl? The cave's full of creepy crawlies. I must do something. Do I want to be like my mother? Because Raffle doesn't do well for intrigue, but does increase natural dread. But I do want to increase my prowess a bit, or be stubborn, which ups the stewardship more. The liege of whoever I'm served won't like me. but make me more resilient towards disease. I'll retrieve it. I'll be brave, and I got wounded for that. And the wound is aggravated. Oh, be careful. Because you may never know you'll succumb to your wounds. 9% chance I'll die, 5% chance I'll become scarred, 85% chance I lose wounded. I live. Meanwhile, two of my agents, Zenobia and Gunare, it seems to have found common cause in our plan to beyond the basic goal. Impressed by his compatriot's skill with letters, speechcraft, and general rhetoric required to hobnob with ruler. Gar has taken to study what Zenobia does differently to himself in hopes to improving his own skills. Perhaps there's something I could learn from this. Now I have a diplomacy lifestyle perk whenever I become an adult. Reward will be good once we get at least 5 advantage you could execute it, but I think I'd rather have a 10 to play it safe. It kind of feels like I'm being raised more on this part of the world than out there, down in the Mediterranean where I belong. Sooner or later the sea is going to call to me, and I'm going to be there. Because we know the disease is gone by now. I just need to find someone who has an intrigue education to be my guardian, because I don't want to be raised by my mother, due to the fear that I may pick up either wrathful or lazy. And obviously, don't want to be raised by him as he's Orthodox Christian, although he's got good traits. I just rather, as I said before, leave it to my own devices, at least for a while. So let's wait for a few more events. Picked up nostalgia. Way to go, Saldan! That means monthly the piety and prestige goes up per legitimacy level, and you gain 10 legitimacy after, hold on. Go to it again. Zenobia, my niece, imprisoned by the Pope. What? Holy war. You started this, and he's going to get it all. And you know, he exiled me. And should they win the Holy War to take, you know, all of, you know... hold on. He didn't say all of it. It's at Apulia, right? The target is a... No. You started it. Okay, I didn't read that part. I thought they were attacking him. No. You started it. You started a holy war, and you brought the papacy over there. And what happens when you lose? You're gonna have to pay so much reparation, you're gonna bring your country to ruin. Unacceptable. It is truly a blessing to have someone like my mother, Zenobia, involved in our contract. Someone able to advance our goals in any number of ways, simply waiting for direction. The inevitable combination of skill, access, and proximity to Home Sigmund to provide us a variety of options on to how to exploit her. this should open some doors for us. So we got 2 more advantages, but I want to have a few more while I remain here in this part of Laurengia. As part of Universum Regnum, which Gargamel has died in his sleep at the age of 57. So his realm's broken up because there are parts that are not connected. Right. I gotta get out of this realm. And Lotharingia is a kingdom. Something tells me I gotta get out of here sooner or later and find more work elsewhere. Just 2 more advantages needed, and I'll be on my way. Once I'm done, return to the sea, to the Mediterranean, back to Tripolitania. You've lost, and you paid all those war reparations. Soldan, you screw up. One day, I gotta make a request. Though there's no request to say, I will not accept because you're the one that exiled me. And also, requested a favor recently. If I wanted to get something out of him again. Whenever I would pay it a visit, like say I'm in Amalfi. Although I would like to make a stop at Rome. Just passing through. So, when we leave Universum Regnum, set sail for Rome. Just to pay a visit the landmarks there, and then get back down to North Africa. Because it's hard to find some talented people these days. Imperator Augustus Maurice is his name. He seems alright with me. Okay, here we go. Get 10 advantages, then execute the scheme. Just give me the money and the food, and I'll be on my way. Execute with confidence. So, if you do that right now, like say with this, 87% chance of success, you can increase it up to 92. If I had more, it would increase much further. Success. Naturally, Comte Sigmund fell for my charms. The songs of the wilds and the romantic life of the traveling explorer. Just as I knew he would. As we make our preparations to leave, he's sad to see us leave, but glad for the small reprieve for our company game. Of course, not all one-sided. Earn us a rich payment in gifts and supplies for the company, more than enough to justify our 10 time spent tarrying here. The wider world calls. With a long path ahead of us. Small payment in gold, but more importantly, provisions to keep me going. And before I leave, might as well call in a favor from him. Make a request. Now, he'd be willing to accept. Come on, you could give me more money than that. Give me it. Just what I needed. What would be good? Honestly, give me a fixed layout. It's increased size of men-at-arms regiment and faster travel speed when we're on the move. Which we're going to be on the move right now. To Rome. Don't go overland. That's too much provisions. It costs less provisions to go out at sea. So we're just gonna have a little visit the Vatican, the Grand Cathedral for more learning, and Rome itself for lifestyle experience of learning and stewardship, trigger a sightseeing event, all that. So just to stop by there for a bit. And then we'll end our episode by traveling back to Tripolitania. Stop by a town of Provence for a quick rest. The town is known locally for its amenities of being a center of leisure. Several of the guards in my entourage got distracted by the pretty local Occitanian girls. But we'd need to go soon. Perhaps wouldn't be a bad idea to rest some more. We won't waste time with frivolities. Get moving. She is in Saran right now, in Mordvinia, as part of Crusader, while the boss, Nikephoros, is still based in Palermo. Uncertain if he was exiled from there or he just moved to there at his own free will. But who knows? Grand Cathedral. Here we are. We didn't get no sightseeing event, but we did pick up great state of Roma. And I'm an experienced traveler. Small health boost. Diplomacy and learning up. Faster travel speed. And wandering lifestyle experience goes up. Should you choose that path. Artifact delivery. To where? So valuable heirloom. I would like to have some money. Where to? Go to Signora Orbitello. Oh, that's not far from here. We can do. You got it, Chief. That up there is transcribed text. Learning skills. So, here you go. Mooring Propaganda Chronicle. This ponderous volume elaborates in painful detail the glory of the house Mooring and its various more or less bizarre territorial claims. That's what you wanted? Got the Waffe. You got it. There's the money. And I'd be willing to go up there and transcribe text as well. But the problem is, I don't know Italian. I haven't learned a damn language other than my own. In fact, reminder, once I return down to Africa, learn the language of my ancestors, the Amazigh language. This is going to be strange, given that, 1, I'm a young boy, though a genius, sorry, Siculo-Arabic, and I'm about to get some more money and provisions by working with this man. You who would preserve knowledge. Well-lettered scribes wanted for copy of Italiano text. The Episcopus of Grosseto promises just payment for timely work. I'll be there. And soon I'll be done here with being here in a papacy. Is that the gauntlet of improvised spycraft, travel, intrigue, diplomacy, or burning through prestige? Okay. But first, the daylight slowly fades as I sit across Episcopus Leone's chamber. By candlelight, frantically copying squiggly lines of ink from one sheet to another. My eyelids start drooping. I nod momentarily before I jerk awake. As far as I can tell, this tier of past seems to be related carry for plants and property. But by Allah, don't say it in front of him. It is droning on and on. I trace the ink-stained finger along the slender, horned man with a curved blade about him. I just maybe should improvise the rest of the text. I'll make it a bit more enticing. Problem. You don't have a lifestyle trait for this transcript. And you only know one language. You don't know Italian. Oh dear. Let's just stick to the script. Plus 1 score to successfully completed the contract. It has to be out of 3. Okay. That's 1. A few days have passed, and I'm making my way through the transcript. The current passage, however, is drier than the gravel laid out in the sun. Mind starts driven to other matters. I blink a few times before I force myself back to the realm of reality. The gist of the passage is related to the Battle of Castigliano, in which itself isn't inherently stale. While pondering, I noticed another scribble mentioning Episcopus in a marginalia. If only I could spend a little time interpreting it. Not good. So I'll spend additional time interpreting. Score 1, and I learned of his secret. What secret? Embezzled resource equivalent to 125 gold. Holy crud. Well, don't do it. You're going to get a hook out of him when the contract's complete. I'm near the end of the transcript, which is going poorly so far. Once again, this manuscript is taking the most dreary approach possible to the subject matter. My gaze sticks on the attendant. I'm definitely more interesting sight. So he gives me a suspicious look, promptly to go back to the text. The passage itself seems related to the art of puppetry, which would interest readers, would have been less stilted. I consider the best way forward, while admiring the marginality of the pit of hounds with human faces. Don't do it. But just still stick to the script and you'll get a qualified success. Episcopus Leonard purses his lips as he inspects the manuscript. Is indeed a replica of the original piece. Thank you for reliable delivery. Turns around to leave. He stops for a moment. Oh, and you can pick up a reward at the door. See yourself out. He spots such by the door and turns to leave. 1 transcript delivered. It's a small reward, but provision's more important. Episcopus. That is basically Prince Bishop equivalent. Improvised spycraft. Travel to 3 counties before we finally leave the papacy behind. Trust where we use jobbers and enterprising foreigners. The Grave of Terracina Hina wishes to be known as inviting useful revelations from across the Piedmont and beyond. This is a good reward. His call for educated reports on the happenings going on in his capital attracts all sorts of charlatans eager to earn easy coin for stealth rumor or obvious fabrication. Fortunately for him, my band and I are in the same run-of-the-mill fool's strongest haul. We can trade in more interesting stories of neighboring lands. Oh, how useful they'll be is up to a good ground. These records says that's why that doesn't sound Italian, it's German sounding. First though, we need to discreetly visit a few places that the Mars is interested in knowing more about. Small group travels faster, so we'll be heading to Patronon Petri, then Nettuno, then Viterbo. Let's move out. Proactive reconnaissance, Vaticano. Even without gaining direct access to Bischof's Engelbert's court, Bischof's bishop. A hubbub is all within the talk of the Vatican. It would appear that the local magnate, seeking recovery of debts or avenging of some slight, has overindulged in the torture of their rival and left nothing behind but a broken husk person behind. The bishop has been called on it to intervene to enact punishment, seems reluctant. Unfortunately for the victim, the perfect atmosphere to ask salacious questions without raising suspicion. Take your pick. Since I'm going more towards it, I'll say, I'll put my ear to the ground. 95% successful use of it. Intelligence gathered 1. Now to Nettuno. Perhaps we can't get into Contessa Eugenia's court without raising a few eyebrows. Seems we already need to. Locals are abuzz with rumors of infidelity. Not one too high, but an unexpected affair does add a little spice to the humdrum of daily life in Nettuno. Unfortunately for us, with so many chins wagging, it should be fairly easy work to servants and lesser courtiers for crumbs of useful gossip. Okay, time to work my charms. Words they shouldn't have shared. Intelligence have gathered. And now to VIET. This again. Oh, time to work my charms again. I have that Mars agents met us a bit far, eager to take a report over. It's not much. If I gather rumors and hearsay being so sparse, there's very little here for that much spy master to work with. Little, but not quite nothing. Short but growing conversation, spies breaking forth discreetly, of course. Such a bounty for a few whispers, and we got even more provisions. Love it, love it, love it. What the hell? That's nearby. Right, before we get out of here, is this land farmlands? Rome? Yes. Got some more food. And now, I got a request from you two. I think we're good on provisions. Just whatever money you got, give me it, because I'm desperate and petty. Okay, not enough? Well, I'll take provisions. Thank you. Still there? Good. Let's take our leave. Return to North Africa. Scout for time? Lord Scouts. Let us go. This way is much quicker. It won't cost much provisions. So we'll end this episode with the travel back to Tripolitania. These provisions won't cost that much when we travel along the coast. And there's some easy pay down here, which we'll do that in the next episode. Saldanha's denounced Hussein. Oh, there. I wish I could come to you. It's a crime. He might get rid of him. She's been landed. Congratulations, sister. Nestled in a bed under my wolf skin, I drift to sleep in a warm haze. I bolt awake in the middle of the night, chest heaving and skin tingling. Never felt this way before. Am I sick? What did I dream about? All I can remember is a beautiful girl. Fixed layout complete. While passing through the streets of Compatibility, a man was stuck there, begging for water, or any kind of relief from his fate. I'll say that criminals didn't even dare look at me. Get some prestige going up. For free. Yeah, I'm a bit arrogant. So what? So, we'll end this episode here as we have more work to do as for the child adventurer. With the lack of, with the lack of followers, all you have is Mother Zenobia and Granada Heathen of Sardinia. So hopefully we can find some more talented people locally. So we shouldn't be traveling to see as much. We need to stay around here. So we hope you people enjoyed this episode, because in the next episode, there will be no doubt that I'll become a man. And as a man, we get to visit holdings and do all other stuff. And also make a swoop back to the land of the Sicilian frontier and go pick up that that decision that was there, but I have to be there again to make it happen. Because I think I kind of get the idea of what my future is going to be in the meantime. Oh, and don't forget, since you're getting good at this prowess thing, you need some more training. So, we'll see you in the next episode as the adventure continues. And until then, so long for now.